when you say hold on, when you say these people that are allowing it to happen, right?
Yes.
Right now,
the smartest, the PhDs, the master's degrees. I just want to make sure that we know who they is. Go ahead.
No, when I say they, I'm going to definitely get more specific.
Okay.
I'm not just so they being more so this administration, right?
What administration?
This current administration.
No, bro. What are you talking about?
I thought you said something about us being the laughing stock.
Man, we've been the laughing stock forever.
Yeah.
Every year we're going low in science and math. Every year before Trump got into this has been happening long before Trump, bro. This has nothing to do with Trump. Trump is just the next puppet. He's programmed. He didn't even know he's programmed. He's the worst program of all the programs.
Well, okay, so when you say program like that, though, here's where you lose me. Nobody, it did the Matrix no good to program the guy that climbed up into the hotel in Vegas and just started sniping it through the concert.
Okay,
that program went way fucking haywire. If you're telling me that,
okay.
So where I disagree with what you were just saying, to try to bring it full circle real quick, is I don't think Donald Trump's programmed and doesn't know. I think he's, if anything, he's the guy that's fucking up with the program. He was the shooter in the fucking tower that went against it.
That's cool too. That would make sense.
And then you start listening to what he says, and you're like,
that would make sense. I feel you.
No.
I feel you.
Donald Trump, and he like, yeah. What happened? I said this administration. They're like, no.
Well, he went.
Donald Trump. He like, yeah.
But before Trump, there's been
what I'm saying.
He's not the first one.
If you believe in what you're saying, and you're buying into it, then we're all part of this program. Then what I'm saying is, we can put not everybody, no matter how hard mom and dad try to instill their program, takes what mom and dad are trying to offer. Yeah. Now, we all know that story. We all can point to people we know in our lives that's true about. So, the program doesn't always work on the level that I feel like you're trying to. It has to be.
Okay, no, go ahead. Elaborate.
No, but it's like there are a lot of things that you've said, and I mean, I haven't had there's just a lot of things that you said. But again, going back, and I'm not even sure which one to draw to. But
whichever one, man. Just
no, I mean, I was going off of just what he was saying as far as where the U.S. because again, being more specific. Right now, you talk about the administration. You talk about they who are allowing things to happen. When you say they, you say the rich. But again, I'm saying they, meaning this administration. Because again, on a general scale, it's not as if everyone is in accordance with what's happening. It's fucked up, the fact that we are the laughingstock because of what's going on. Because of the policies, because of the person that's spearheading the entire United States. But again, it's not saying like, when you say they, it's not the masses. It's again a select few, and then to be more specific, it's this administration and the people, the 30-40% of the Republicans who are fueling it. If you want to get into statistics, but again, that's for me getting specific about this particular situation, and that's what I was going to say if that's what we were talking about.
What percent of this country controls most of the money?
We've been told 1%.
Select few.
So when you say a select few, you're talking about the exact percentage of people that I'm talking about. Because it can't get any more select few than 1%. The only thing we can get less than that is 0%. So we're talking about the select few that I'm discussing are running this country and programming the masses, and that's what he just explained.
Running the country is one. Running the country. Hold on. Sorry. Running the country is one thing.
Okay.
That's a whole separate conversation. Well, then when you say programming the masses is where I'm like, again, you lose me.
Because it's take the next step. Get past Donald Trump and say, okay, who decided? Again, what I said 10 minutes ago. Who decided that just her and just him were the what power
who
that
decides
be?
What's on TV?
Yeah.
Why do I hear the same like sports? If I click on sports tomorrow and I go through 8 different channels, they're all discussing the same topic. If I go to the news, they're all discussing the same topic. If shit happens with banks and there's a cover-up, how is that happening?
Well, do you know what then? Because again, I can't relate.
Because again, you're here.
No. Hold on.
That's a cop-out,
No. Can I finish?
Okay.
I can't relate simply because I don't go on cable and look at SportsCenter and this place, and it's so I'm not getting the same readout that you are.
So
and again, not saying
so from what you're getting a whole bunch of different things.
Finish. Hold on. So I'm not getting the same readout as you, and so I'm sure there are a lot of people who aren't getting the same readout as you as well.
Okay.
I'm not saying that what you're getting is wrong, but I'm saying again, you can't generalize that. Just
I'm
because
asking you if what you're getting is giving you something different than what I'm getting to where
obviously because we have different viewpoints.
So what you're saying is that when you watch whatever you're watching, you see a whole bunch of happiness and love and sharing and kindness and stuff going on in there.
It's not necessarily even, but you were just not. That's not what you were just talking about. You were talking about the repetitive nature of what you're looking at.
That's what I just explained.
It's not happiness or
you
love.
You just said what I just explained. The repetitive nature of what I'm looking at. Every movie I watch is mostly the same. You're not going to see kindness and love in most movies. When I see money, it's usually depicted the same. If I see black people, they're usually depicted the same. Repetitive things that you're viewing. You just said it out of your mouth. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I think we're on just two different levels right here. Because again, I'm talking about you getting this. You literally. Let me go back to your example.
Okay.
So you watch SportsCenter. You watch some other sports network. You watch some other sports network. You get the same thing.
Okay.
You put on CNN. You put on some other news, whatever. You get the same thing.
Yeah.
That's your readout of what you're seeing.
Okay.
Understood. Me, it's different. I don't watch cable like that. So
what are you watching?
Hold on, it's not. I watch ESPN. Okay. ESPN FC, soccer news. I go on ESPN news here. I listen to podcasts. Okay. So I'm getting a different readout. Okay. And I'm saying the variance of what we're getting is the same with other people. So again, what you're seeing, you can't just say that's what everyone is seeing. That's what I'm trying to call out.
But where he's right and where I don't think you're acknowledging is okay. So there's you can Google this. This actually exists. I think it's from like 2017's Christmas season. I think it's like 50 different local markets. So NBC4, ABC6 on your side. I'm talking local news, leading into a story on their news, and the opening two sentences are all the same. And in this particular story, the opening two sentences was, even though it's Christmas time, it's okay to buy yourself something nice as well. So think about what I just told you. In 50 different markets in this country, the local news, the trusted, not CNN, not the assholes at Fox, the guy that lives down the street from me, the local fucking news is telling me, and his message is, even though it's Christmas time, it's okay to buy yourself something nice as well. Where I agree with what ID's saying, where I feel like you stop and won't take that next step, is somebody has an ultimatum and a motive to make 50 different cities get the same.
So I'm going to ask I'm going to ask 50 cities. Oh, so cities, not states, yeah?
Like local markets.
Okay. So now what else? So now let me.
Then it cut to Indianapolis.
So now let me ask. Did you check who owns those?
Right.
Station.
Now we're talking about
no. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're talking about that leak. But again,
so what's the motive behind the message? They had to think to themselves, okay, we got to get 50 news stations to say these same two sentences.
What is the only motive that we can all agree on?
Population control. What is
the only motive that we can all agree on?
It's obvious.
I don't think he's trying to say that.
It's so obvious, it's hilarious, but I will get into why it's obvious and it works, because it's going to work and it's going to keep working, and that's why the Bible is the way it is, because money is the root of all evil for a reason. Because everybody who doesn't have money, if I looked at all of you right now and I said, hey, I'm going to give you $10 million cash, $10 million cash, you don't get to work the rest of your life. I'm going to tell you right now, $10 million cash is $400,000 in interest in a podunk bank every year. None of y'all are making $400,000 right now. So all of y'all could live off of $400,000 a year and just leave the $10 million in the bank. Buy a house, get cars, go on vacations, all that good stuff. And that's only $10 million. I'm not talking about $100 million, $200 million, $500 million, $1 billion, $20 billion, $50 billion, $100 billion. I'm talking about $10 million. all of you right now would take that shit. But I guarantee you, if you could dribble a basketball and if you could dunk like LeBron James and you had 100 and something million on the table, all of a sudden your whole perspective changes. And you're like, oh, well, I can only give away 10 million of that. I'm going to need to keep 110 of that. Wait, before you were able to get this dollar amount, it was cool to have the 10 million. And that's why greed and money is eventually what's going to end our society. That is the whole thing that is happening right now. But the greedy want more, and they don't understand that it's not sustainable.
When you say our society, are you talking about global planet, a race of humans,
eventually,
or the fall of the United States?
Eventually, it will. Well,
which one?
If you guys really want to get into it. My beliefs is that there is a Sodom and Gomorrah. I believe that the stories in the Bible were based on things that may not have happened. But when I look at what's happening, there is always somebody that's going to take the fall. And we are the lead in evil.
Oh, that was tripping out.
Damn, bro! Hey, man, what the fuck is that shit?
Wow.
I'm so sorry. That was not planned. I know you guys don't believe me. Hey, John.
That's fucked up.
Hey, bro, you can't lean back no more, bro. What the fuck? No, real talk, man. Damn, where was I? I really.
That's what I heard was evil.
Yeah. That's we got all the way there, and we'll keep going down it more as we go. But those are my beliefs, man. Is that sayings like it's not what you know, it's who you know, and then you get in business and you see people who are fucking stupid as fuck in positions that they shouldn't be in, and it's because of who they know. Yeah. There's so many sayings. Look both ways before you cross the street. No, cats didn't say that for no reason. It's because somebody didn't look both ways and they got hit by a car or whatever happened. So there's reasons these sayings happen that happen. And as funny as it is, that's why these sayings are what they are. And so when I look at the statement that the love of money is the root of all evil, and I look at this country and there's no cap, there's nobody that gets to Jeff Bezos, 140 billion, and it's like, you know what? I've made enough money to where now I can just start solving. We have a government shutdown. This man could take care of the whole government shutdown by himself and still have 100 billion. Yeah, I said it out loud. Why do we have a government shutdown? If I had 140 million and you guys think I'm playing, we would not have a government shutdown. Because what's the difference between 140 billion and 100 billion?
Well, just come in and take it over with your 100 billion.
That's the whole flaw in what a lot of people think got us here is that trickle down. It's this trickle down economics theory. Like, that is a fatally flawed thought that people at the top were going to just spend all their money and it would trickle down to the rest of us. You didn't get to the top by spending all your fucking money.
No.
Like, you weren't trying to share it at that point. So yeah, he might have 140 billion, but he's not going to pay the debt.
So how are the most intelligent people, the PhDs, the master's degrees, all those people, what do they tell you to do? Go make money. Get out of the house when you're 18. Get out when you're 21. Don't stick together and pool the money together and get stronger. Go be like Jeff Bezos. Go be like the other rich guy. We send our kids right down the same stupid trap that doesn't make sense to sustain a society. So we're going to eventually eliminate ourselves, and it's going to start with the rich people doing what he said by getting more computers and AI to handle all the shit that we make mistakes on, like showing up to work on time and not being fucking drunk and not being whatever, because the kiosk is always going to be there. It's not going to be drunk, and it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, we're going to get one guy to come up and fix it and fix the other one and fix the other one. And we're all going to just slowly eliminate ourselves. And who's going to be left? RICH.
Right. But again, the fatal part of that flaw is to be rich, there has to be poor. You can't just have all one.
No, that's what they do want. And that's awesome, because there used to be different levels. Remember, there was the poverty line, right? All right. Then you had the people right above it. I don't know if you want to call it the lower class. Okay. Then you had the lower middle class.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you had the middle class. Then you had the upper middle class. And then you had the elites and so on, and whatever percentages you want to go up to the top of the whatever. Well, they've slowly been putting more and more people into the welfare and the poverty class, and they stripped the lower middle class, and then they went to the middle class, and then the next one is going to be the upper middle class. And I'm looking at all these people that are trying to jump into the next class, and I'm like, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're having fucking babies. You're having babies.
Damn.
That's so stupid.
Breathing.
You're so stupid. You're making it so much harder for your kid to be successful, and you're dumb.
Turn on the nature channel.
And there's only two reasons why: is either you're fucking programmed or you're just stupid.
It's nature. Cheetahs are still fucking even if they're in wildebeest to eat.
Well, I just want you guys to know what's coming, so don't be like, oh, I can't believe this happened. It is what it is. So either get ready and prepared or join. But don't be like, oh, nobody ever told me. Tune in. Alright, we'll start again. It's late. That's already 10 something. We good, man. Oh, shit.